Hey everyone, welcome back to another shorter class. This is going to be an all you need stretch routine, so perfect for the days where you don't have that much time but you still want to open up the body, find freedom and lengthen the muscles. And if you really enjoyed this class, we do have a longer variation of it in our Patreon account. This is where we go over PNF stretching, which is an active style of stretching, as well as using some tools and tricks to help free up the body even more. We're going to begin in a child's pose, so let's find our way there. Now you can have your knees a little bit more narrow today, or you can have your knees a little bit wider. That's just going to help open through the adductors, the inner of the hips a little bit more. Sink your hips back over your heels, reach your arms forward, and then bring your forehead down to the ground. We really want to be finding length through the arms, so maybe you can wiggle your fingertips a centimeter forward. Feel the shoulder blades squeeze down the spine a little bit. And our breath is a really important part of stretching or wanting to find more flexibility in your muscles. That's often overlooked. So generally when we breathe in, we want to open through the ribs, feel the ribs expand, the belly, the chest. And then as we exhale, we tend to have a little bit more space to explore this position in our body. Okay, so let's try that now. Take a deep breath in, fill up the belly, the ribs and the chest. And a deep breath out through the nose. See if you can dive the chest down a little bit more to the ground. Maybe the fingertips reach forward even a little bit more. Finding space through the shoulders, the sides of the arms and sides of the body. Walk your way up into a tabletop position. So bringing the hands underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips. We're going to begin with some twisting. Bring the right hand to your temple. Lower the right elbow down to the ground. Take a deep breath in as you open the right elbow back, looking up to the sky. As you exhale, tap the right elbow down, drop the right shoulder. Inhale to open up. Exhale to tap the right elbow down. Let's go two more. Inhale, open up. Exhale to touch. One more. Breathe in to open. As we exhale, let's thread that right hand through to the left. Drop the right shoulder down. You press through the left hand to wind the left shoulder back. And ideally would love to stack the left shoulder on top of the right. Let's go one more breath here. Let's press through the left hand. Breathe in as you reach your right hand up to the sky. As you exhale, reach the right hand forward. Keep the hips stacked over your knees as you drop your chest down to the ground. So we call this half puppy pose. We're extending the spine, so we're feeling the chest drop down to the ground. We're feeling the tailbone lift high. Still feeling some sensation maybe through the sides of the body, the lats, the shoulders. And then when you're ready, just come back through center, plant the hands down. We're going to try that on the other side. So bring the left hand to your temple and drop the left elbow down to the ground. Use your next breath in, open the left elbow up. As you exhale, drop the left shoulder, tap the elbow on the ground. Inhale to open, push through your right hand. Exhale to twist. Let's go two more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. This time as we exhale, thread the left hand through to the right. Right hand pushes into the ground to wind the right shoulder back. And sometimes I like to think about suctioning my back of the left hand to the ground and then trying to pull my left shoulder away. Let's lift the left hand back up to the sky. Take a deep breath in. As we exhale, left hand comes forward, Drop the chest down, half puppy pose. Keep the hips lifted to the sky. And then when you're ready for it, just walk your hands back to you. Come up to standing on the shins. Take a big step forward with your right foot and then drop your hips forward into a kneeling lunge. Interlace the fingertips, push your palm onto your thigh, and really think about bringing your hips in the direction of your right ankle. So a couple of different places where this might work. You might feel this in your left hip flexor. You might feel this more in your right ankle, maybe the right hip as well. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Let's come back a little bit. Left knee stacked under the hip, right foot forward. So we've got two 90-degree angles here. Really think about tucking your pelvis underneath you. So tucking the tailbone, engage the glutes so you're long through the front of the leg. For me, I feel this a lot through the left hip flexors. Breathe in as you lift your left hand high. As we exhale, let's side bend. So right elbow, right forearm can be on the right thigh, left hand up and over. And this might increase the sensation around the front of the hip. One more breath here. Come back through center. Extend your right foot out a little bit longer. Turn the toes up towards you and then reach both hands either side of your front foot, coming into a hamstring stretch. Now you might have quite a big bend of your right knee here, or it might be a little bit more bent, less bent. Just try not to lock out the right knee. Take a deep breath in through the nose. So you can see if you can fill up the back of the ribs. As you exhale, maybe the chest pulls forward a little bit more. We can play with a little bit of PNF stretching here, so really active stretching. What you'll do is that you'll take a deep breath in through the nose. Join me if you're ready. Hold the breath and then squeeze your right heel into the ground. You should feel the hamstrings activate a little bit, or a lot. And then as you exhale, relax, and then see if you can get a little bit further into the position. Let's try that one more time. So take a deep breath in through the nose. Hold and squeeze. So press the right foot into the ground. Imagine like it's pulling towards you. Exhale, let it go. Really nice. You might notice that you can get a little bit further with that technique. Bring the right knee in and we're going to swap it out to the other side. So big step forward with the left foot and then shift your hips forward. And you want to think about left knee pulling over the middle of the foot. Interlace the fingertips and then push down on your left thigh. Relax the shoulders here. We can be really passive with our hips. At least in this position, we can feel the hips tug down to the ground and forward. We can also use a little bit of activation, pushing through the right shin to get a little bit more tension, a little bit more sensation through the front of the right hip. And then start to walk yourself back a little bit. Hips stacked on top of the right knee, and then walk your left foot in a little bit. Take the tailbone here, find length through the spine. Take a deep breath in as you reach your right hand up to the sky. As you exhale, let's side bend. So right hand up and over to the left. Let's go one more breath here. And then bringing hands either side of the front foot. Walk it out a little bit more and then turn the left toes towards you. Now you really want to think about squaring your hips here. So can you think about right hip forward, left hip back. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, you might dive the chest down a little bit more, maybe a little bit more tuck of a chin. You could stay here if you want to try the PNF stretching. Take a deep breath in through the nose. hold the breath and push the left heel into the ground. Exhale to relax. See if you can dive down a little bit deeper. Let's try that one more time. Breathe in, lift up. Hold the breath, push the left heel into the ground. Exhale to relax. Really nice. Walk the hands forward, plant the hands down. Tuck right toes, step back into downward facing dog. Probably one of the best poses to get a lot of different muscle groups at the same time. So you're lifting your hips up and back, so you're getting the hamstrings, the calf muscles, a bit of the glutes as well. You're also getting the shoulders, arms, the whole of the back of the body as well. And maybe you pedal out to your feet here, dropping one heel down and dropping the other heel down. Or you might find a little bit more stillness. Notice what feels good for you. Bring the knees down to the ground. Sweep your feet around. So you come down onto your hips. We're going to come into a cross-legged position. We'll start with our right foot. So right foot might be in front. You might be able to take it up onto the shin or up onto the left thigh. Walk your sit bones back so you're lifting tall onto your pelvis. If you notice any sensation within the knees or the ankle or even hip joints here, it might be an indication you've gone a little bit too far. So just back out a little bit, it will come. Breathe in, lift up. As you exhale, see if you can walk forward. Maybe the hands stay down, or if it feels welcomed, then the elbows might come down as well. Here you might feel sensations within the glutes, around the hips, maybe down the back. I personally feel a lot of sensation in my right foot because of a sprained ankle that I had about 2 to 3 months ago. So sitting cross-legged like this still is a little bit uncomfortable for me. So every day is going to be a little bit different. Just notice what feels good for you and what doesn't, and adjust accordingly. Start to walk yourself back, and we'll change to the other side. So left foot might be in front this time. It might be on top of the shin, or it might be up on the thigh. Just again walking back so you're sitting really tall on your pelvis. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And then as you exhale, walking forward, maybe hands down, maybe elbows down. And just using your breath here to ease some tension that you might be experiencing. So take a deep breath in. As you exhale, can you actively soften somewhere? And that might be around the hips, it might be somewhere else. Start to walk yourself back. One final pose that we'll do together is bringing the soles of the feet together and the hands behind us. Okay, now you can absolutely stay down on the ground. You can, of course, bring your feet forward a little bit more if that feels better for you. If you felt like a different variation, press through the hands and then try lift the hips off the ground. Lengthen the spine, squeeze the shoulder blades back. And for me personally, I find this opens my hips a little bit more. It just gives a bit more weight into the hips, the knees. One more breath. And then when you're ready, lowering down. Amazing work, everyone. That is where we'll finish our class today. Now, if you really enjoyed the video, feel free to like or comment. I would love to hear from you. And if you did want to experience a longer variation of this class, check out our Patreon account. Remember, we go into more PNF stretching and we use a couple more tools to help us feel more free and open in our body. I will see you next time.